Hello YouTube, it is June 13th, although by the time y'all see this it will be the 14th. I'm going to save this for Friday night, a little bit of adult after night talk. I'm actually going to restrict this for people over the age of 17 because we're about to get into some very explicit graphic content. So let's go ahead and get into it. Although no need to worry, there will be no X-rated pictures or anything that's going to pop up, but you will see some eggplant up throughout this video, so just be forewarned. It's a whole 180 turnaround. I know somebody gonna be fixing to call me a hypocrite because it's like, Lord, Diva Juan, didn't your ass just go off on darn on LGBT judgment in the last video, and now here you is giving up all the eggplant in this one. Although there are quite a few straight, in my defense, there are quite a few straight guys we're about to discuss in this video as well. But including this one out because I don't think he is a gay male. I think he's actually straight, even though he does cater to like a gay audience, almost similar to Flashman Way, which we're going to get into as well with him. But the topic of the discussion today, as you can tell from the title, I'm going to probably name it somewhere on the lines of what's the topic I'm going to do? I mean, what's the title I'm going to do? I'm probably going to do um, leak nude pics versus purposeful nude pics, porn etiquette versus model etiquette when it comes to nudity. So it would be something along those lines. Porn nudity versus model nudity, and accidental nude leaks versus purposeful nude leaks, and can your career survive either one? So that's the overall theme of this video. So what sparked this video is the upteenth person has had a so-called leak, which I judging by the pictures, honey, these were professionally done. It ain't nothing darn gone accidental about this, honey. Once I did some further research, because when he said he had his pictures leaked, I'm thinking, it was a dick picture in the bathroom or a jack off picture in the bedroom. Honey, this is you on a professional background with a fully erected darn on dick in a modelistic pose underneath professional lighting for your OnlyFans account. How in the hell is that a darn gone accidental leak? You went through so much, guys, to have it set up, honey. You have porn stars that don't have that much clarity in they darn gone photo shoots, especially the black ones, honey. Just ask the Breed It Raw team and all of them, honey. You got some of them that get cheated out of their darn on proper pay. Once I find out how low some of these porn stars are getting paid, I'm like, really, bitch? Really? If you do 2 videos, you making equivalent to a McDonald's worker, and you giving up the booty and everything for everybody to see all on the internet, girl, bye. Some of these darn on porn stars making hell, they making minimum wage. But you done had a whole professional setup that put some of these seasoned porn stars that make darn a good 10K in residuals to shame, honey. So the first person we here to talk about is none other than Jeramie Hollins. I think that's how you pronounce his name, Jeramie Hollins, aka on Instagram he goes by the name of Smooth PJ, SMOOVE PJ. That will be annotated on the screen. So as you can tell, and I'm going to put some of his pictures up through here, so be warned. He has very explicit pictures on his Instagram that already have you eyeing a certain area. Like, you have these Instagrammers who, purposely, sexualize their body, and it's not seen as modelistic no more. It's borderline softcore porn at this point, because you're not doing it in a way where it's editorial at this point. It's very racy. Instead of like high quality haute couture magazine where you're nude and you're giving Egyptian or African pride or realness, is more like, okay, this is paper magazine like Milan Christopher, which we're going to include him as well. So once again, it goes back to the topic of purposeful leaks versus accidental leaks, and whatever I said the other topic was going to, I mean, whatever the other title is going to be. I think I said it was going to be purposeful leaks, accidental leaks, and then the other one was, I can't think right now. My mind is so fuzzy. Yeah, I'm doing like 4 different sets of videos, so everything's just all combobulated. But what's not combobulated, honey, is these doggone press pictures, honey. Because I'm going to leave the uncensored links down in the description box just in case y'all was wondering what all the uncensored pics look like, including starting off with your boy Smooth PJ. So after doing my research, I went to inside JeramieFox.com, and like I said, he got a full darn display on, and it's erected and everything. And then you talking about you darn somebody leaking your stuff. Now this is my thing when it comes to OnlyFans accounts. It comes with the territory. You don't darn try to act like you a legitimate model when you're independent, darn doing videos of a hard dick, walking around your own house, taking a shower. No, what you're providing is independent, darn softcore porn, honey. That's what you're doing. Just because you're not with a partner, just because we don't see no down ski, that down ski. Just because we ain't seeing necessarily that to the graphic contents, just because your shit ain't necessarily triple X quality, does not mean that you're not in the X category. The moment that you're walking around with eggplant held high and proud, and you darn letting it all swing, honey, every bit of what looks like to be a good 9.5 inches, honey, with the girth, baby, honey. Y'all, them pictures that I just showed ain't really doing it justice. Y'all need to go see the uncensored picture, honey. It is something to be proud of, honey. Something to look up to lately. Yes, baby, that's something that'll make you speak in tongues in the bedroom. Shamalala, baby. Like I said, y'all was forewarned before y'all jumped on this motherfucker. I told y'all this was going to be the darn Diva Wine After Dark. If you don't want to hear no more graphic ones, I suggest you get off the video now, because we about to go on to somebody else. On to the next, on to the next. But yeah, Jeramie Hollins has the audacity to talk about his darn pictures are being leaked on the OnlyFans account, which, like I said, comes with the territory. Which actually is not leaked to the extent that you would think it is. I did some further research on OnlyFans, and it shows that for like every 200 posts that they do, only like 4 of them get leaked. So that is very excellent. You have porn stars who work for professional companies who can't even say that they have that much level of security when it comes to their darn stuff, and they work from a darn company. Now the company supposed to be securing their image because they getting them the bulk of the darn money, the moolah, off of the work of what they doing, and they darn putting in hours of work on sets. And the sets in porn is not what y'all really think it is. I mean, a half-hour movie on Pornhub really has took maybe upwards of a day to prep. I mean, you got to think about the dushing and all that goes into it. You got, and I'm talking about for both straight porn and gay porn. So to my female viewers, I'm not just restricting this to the gay porn. This is for everybody. There's a lot of prep work that goes into porn work. You got to do modelistic pictures in the sexual positions. You got to take that, and if you accidentally about to come, you got to hold off for a few seconds. Then you got to do the money shot and all of that. Then you got to do the outro videos for the high-end ones that discuss your experience about that particular scene, all this, that, and the third. Then you got to schedule additional promo shoots. That all that goes into porn. You got the promotion. You got just the and for the females, you got to put on the derma blend to cover up the cellulite and all of that good stuff, because you don't want to necessarily have the stockings on. You want to appear that you're fully nude, so to cover up certain cellulites and scars and hyperpigmentation, you put on your derma blend. You darn for the guys, you edge out some of the abs. with the contour, with some of the powder, but you got to make it seem like you're not wearing any makeup. It has to be waterproof from when you're sweating. It is a lot that goes into porn, even down to the promotion of it, down to selecting the perfect picture, taking out certain stuff. You got to contour the booty just right, because even if the makeup is, because sometimes with dermal blend, a girl might still have indentions and stuff like that that has to be professionally smoothed out. So then you got the IT and graphic worker, smoothing out the darn gone wrinkles and stuff in the, the cellulite and stretch marks. Got to even out the skin tone and everything else. It's a lot that goes into porn on the professional end. And then for them to get their shit leaked by every other video, but these OnlyFans accounts, honey, y'all only getting y'all shit leaked about 4 out of every 200 darn on pictures. It comes with the territory. So Jeramie Hollins, honey, miss me with the bullshit. Miss me with the bullshit. This darn gone, you just mad because this particular one darn gone picture of your lovely pipe, honey, leaked out of darn gone over 100 darn gone posts that you have on your OnlyFans. It comes with the territory. Ass darn gone Flashman Ray, honey. Flashman Ray, which congratulations after getting your account back after 6 months. He was using his Dallas Raid account for the longest. For y'all don't know who Flashman Ray, aka Dallas Raid is, here he is right here. Some of y'all might recognize him from the very first co-ed season of America's Next Top Model. You want to be on top? Honey, he could be the top or the bottom, honey, because he carries the darn gone peaches, honey. Shout out to the darn gone peach booty, honey. He's another one who, unfortunately, he got kicked off very early, and then his darn gone jack off pictures leaked, honey. He got a whole video of him darn gone jacking off in a 32-second video. Once again, that would be located down below. And he just decided to run with catering to the gay base, which has been profitable for him. Unlike, Jeramie Hollins, who's trying to throw a bitch fit about his darn gone one picture being leaked. Honey, consider that darn gone advertisement. That'll darn gone just have more people wanting to see more of what you're working with. It's not like you a darn gone professional model to the degree of Marvin Cortez. And this is where now we have to segue into porn etiquette versus model etiquette. Can you survive having either one of these pictures leaked under inner circumstances and still survive in a professional setting? And the answer is yes and no, depending on how you go by doing it. Now, Marvin Cortez was also somebody who was on America's Next Top Model, the first co-ed edition back in season 20 when Tyra Banks implemented the guys into America's Next Top Model. So in season 20, Marvin Cortez actually made it to like the top 3, and he actually has a leaked picture that came on, and he went and ran with it into more of a modelistic category. So he can now get away with showing his dick, but he does it in such a way where it's in a professional setting and it comes off more editorial versus, Pornhub or sexualization of it. Versus Dallas Wade, he's taken it and done more of a tease with it with his OnlyFans account, but it's still done in such a way where it's not as hardcore as where some of the other people are going with it. Because Jeramie Hollins, honey, you just darn gonna letting it all hang out, honey. You just letting it command attention and everything. Even darn gone Dallas, honey, he just giving you cake, gone, put your name on it or put the flower on it, honey. He done got the whole book out the deal. He done came out with the damn cake book and shit. Darn gone showing off the cakes and cheeks. But once again, the difference is in either situation, they are commanding themselves and owning their position. One has done it in the professional way where everybody would dream to do, where you're still able to get magazine shoots for like Vogue magazine, etc., and get that top dollar and still be recognized as a professional in a suit, and nobody's just not trying to look at you strictly in a sexual manner. Flashman Ray has just taken advantage of being looked at in a sexual manner, but he's at least commanding the coin from it. And any leaks that happen as a result, he just used that as advertisement towards the many pictures and stuff that has not been leaked. So you got to take one of those two positions when it comes to it. Both of them are still making their money in their coin. But the question is, when it comes to artists like Jeramie Hollins, can you stand the test of time if you're coming out here showing hardcore darn gone picture? I'll personally say you're not going to last long, because it leaves nothing to the imagination if you're coming out constantly. Because it's like, in this day and age, nobody want nothing half-assed. We might as well see everything now at this point. Like, we might as well see some darn gone sexual action if you're gonna be as bold to come out hunting with everything at attention, baby. But that's just my personal thoughts on it. I'd love to know y'all thoughts on it. We can even go on a celebrity edition. I mean, we can even talk about major celebrities such as Chris Brown, who is not necessarily a model, but he is a music artist who's had his pictures leaked. You also have Justin Bieber, who's had their pictures leaked, and they still have stood the test of time. And it's because of you're not letting that one particular leak, you know, tear you down, especially if it's darn gone oppressive. I mean, honey, Justin Bieber got the darn gone cakes his damn self, and darn gone Chris Brown got the inches, honey. So, but with that one particular pic and not releasing anymore, you're able to still leave something to the imagination, if that makes sense. You're still able to show us pictures like this, Justin Bieber and Chris Brown, where people are still enticed, because in this quick day and age, people actually forget about the pictures. Like, a lot of people don't even go to look at Justin Bieber and Chris Brown like that. And hell, most people don't even know about Marvin Cortez, because he done it was just one picture and it's flaccid. Like, when you have a flaccid picture, that plays a part as well. There's a difference between having a picture where you're actually posted up in the mirror, where you can say that somebody leaked the picture, just like with Chris Brown. That was an accidental leak pic, where he sent it to somebody and somebody leaked it out, because he's standing in the mirror. The darn gone penis is flaccid, but it was still impressive, honey, on the darn gone flaccid level, honey. I would like to see what that thing looked like at darn gone attention, honey. Now, anybody who got some of them pictures, honey, I ain't darn gonna encouraging you, because you know you can get charged with some fight. But if you want to be risky and take the darn gone chance, just for the amusement of all of us, honey, feel free to go ahead and send it my way to darn gone LawanG@gmail.com, honey. I will report on it, baby. But meanwhile, like I said, porn etiquette versus model etiquette. Can you survive this test of time? And the answer is yes, if you know how to market it right. In the case of a celebrity such as Chris Brown and Justin Bieber, if you don't focus on staying in that arena, people will quickly go on to the next darn. Hell, we done went to Safari, and then several more people done came out after that. In this day and age of instant gratification, if you're not following up on that, people will quickly forget about it. But if you succumb to it, honey, you better be all the way in it and market it where it's on your own terms. Like Flashman Ray, honey, like I said, he done got the whole book out the deal. Hell, Marvin Cortez done came out with a book where he's giving the modelistic version. And once again, I think that's the best way to go, because you're able to command more money that way with securing deals from like Vogue magazine versus, paper ain't paying nobody like that. So shout out to, Milan Christopher, who showed all his goodies. And for y'all that don't know Milan Christopher, sadly, he was the first gay person introduced on Love and Hip Hop. And, just made a shame of the whole community. Like, he really didn't show. But then again, Love and Hip Hop don't really show nobody in a good light. But it's like, damn. Why you had to go into that stereotype of just showing the masculine, macho, gay, darn gone, power bottom queen? That's why I was so happy when darn gone Bobby finally came onto the scene. Bobby! Bobby, I love you! Honey, I love me some darn gone Bobby Lights, honey. But I'm going to get on to his ass in another video. He's a whole nother topic. But as far as Milan Christopher, the first gay to do it, honey, this one right here. He has a whole spread in Paper Magazine where It's just all hanging down. It's pretty much like the male version of Playboy. It's the male version of Playboy, where it's flaccid and it's not, it's not grotesque in nature. So it's pretty much like rated X, but it's not triple X. He's not doing any sexual stuff. It's not no jacking off. It's not no penetration in the back end or anything like that. So it's levels to this. You got people who have regular leak pics, such as Justin Bieber and Chris Brown. Then you have people who purposefully leak their stuff as a secret way to promote their stuff, such as Jeramie Hollins and Flashman Ray. But once again, the difference is you showing everything, honey, at attention, honey, versus Flashman Ray is still leaving some imagination where he's not always showing the penis. He's just giving you little side views and stuff. Matter of fact, like I said, most people are mesmerized more by the cake than the little 6.5. And that plays a part as well. Not everybody is blessed. You like Miss Darngone Mr. Hollins, honey. Some people are blessed to have more of the cake than the darngone pipe. Honey, me personally, I appreciate either one, honey. I enjoyed the view on the back end and the front end. But to all my ladies and to my guys, y'all leave y'all comments down below on this subject. Like I said, what are y'all thoughts on purposeful nude leaks versus accidental leaks? Do you think which one stands the test of time as far as an artist? I'd like y'all to elaborate. Or do y'all agree with me that it depends on the situation and if you darn gonna market it yourself right? Because like I said, Flashman Ray has become so much of an advocate towards the gay community with his darn gone promotions and stuff, even though he's a straight darn gone male. And he still leaves a little bit of imagination even being fully nude, versus Jeramie Hollins, honey. He ain't leaving nothing to the imagination from y'all. You can darn gone compare the pictures. I mean, even Milan Christopher still left something to the imagination as far as not fully showing what he's fully like. Marvin Cortez, like I said, is the best example because he is able to do it in such a way where he can still get magazine shoots and all of that. And then, of course, Justin Bieber and the Chris Browns and the Safaris and stuff of the world as straight male artists, they was always going to be favorable anyway. They not going to lose their base. Matter of fact, they probably gain more of a fan base as opposed to it being a detriment. It's really hard when you're a model because you're not really you're not seen as seriously, versus as an artist, it's more so of a promotion and a bragging right. Like Safari is able to use his pipe as a bragging right. Versus, Flashman Ray, we haven't really seen him in any professional photo shoot since. But he's able to at least be independent and still make his coin, honey. Like T.S. Madison say. But at least he's able to command his coin in absence of nobody, picking him. And that's the risk that you run when you're in the modeling industry and you do too much of these salacious, explicit, darn photos where it's given more so X-rated, paper magazine, borderline Pornhub material versus, editorial fashion like Marvin Cortez. When you give him more so Milan Christopher as opposed to, once again, Marvin Cortez. That's the only person I can think of as an accurate comparison who's able to do those types of photos and not be seen, explicit. Unless I can pull up somebody else real quick. Let me go through my Instagram and see if I can pull up somebody else instead of just Marvin Cortez. Let me see. People I'm following. Oh, you also got the other person from America's Next Top. I'm like, damn, everybody's darn gone dick picture leak. Now, I can't find his. Now, he was more good at scrubbing his off. But the other guy from America's Next Top Model, I think his picture leaked as well. But he does good with still getting photo shoot. Now, it also helps that, both of these people in question are closer to the European race because, there's a double standard when it comes to to you being more black. Now, granted that Jeramie Hollins, you look like you more so biracial, but honey, you're definitely more on that African side. You're more like Flashman Ray. Flashman Ray is biracial. He's half black, half white, but more of a black phenotype. So once again, any blackness in you, you know, there's always a double standard for us where, you know, somebody of a Hispanic or a white race fully can do something, but then you do the same thing and you're, you know, looked down upon, just like with the First Lady of the United States. And this is totally this is not related to the subject, but it does correlate. Like, you have the First Lady who got so much critique for this dress right here showing her bare arms. But then you got the darn gone the First Lady now, who's darn gone been a full-on porn. I would say it's softcore porn. When you're in Playboy, honey, that is softcore porn. So y'all was up in arms about the First Lady showing her arms off. But you are not keeping that same energy for the current First Lady looking like a scarecrow that got hit by the tornado. This bitch is laid out with nothing to show. It's like, bitch, you don't got no boobs, you don't got no ass at all, honey, and you just sitting out there coochie all spread out like a darn gone stick, honey. But that ain't said nothing at all to this day by the Republican Party. They even make excuses for it, but still would have the audacity to call out darn gone Michelle Obama filling out a golden dress, honey. Still leaving something to the imagination. Her darn gone cover with her darn gone man, aka among the best presidents that we've had overall as far as representation. Now, as far as policies, honey, that's a whole different story. We'll say that for the politic talk. But honey, still leaving something to the imagination, showing off the southern cornbread cakes, honey. Now I know she's from the north, but honey, she was showing off them darn gone ancestors from the south with that darn gone grandma hump, honey. That's a darn gone cornbread, collard green, oxtail booty, honey. And still leave something to the imagination. Unlike darn gone being spread all full ego in a darn gone magazine, don't have nothing to show. It's like, bitch, if you're gonna be bold enough to be naked, I'm gonna need you to at least have somewhat of a body to show. And meanwhile, while I was bringing them all up, honey, I finally managed to pull up somebody who's a model who does a lot of topless stuff, but still leaves something to the imagination. So, Mason Alex, I'm going to spell that out for myself. So when I go back to edit, I can pull up the picture for y'all. Massonalex. Honey, he looks like a doggone snack too. Now, I think he looks like he's about like 25% African. He look like he has some black in him. But then again, I hope he ain't on this doggone, you know, black fishing. Because, you know, some of the doggone white boys like to use the black fishing too, where they have the dreadlocks and they skin be a little tan and you just think they have a little bit of African in them, like Amber Rose got 20% African in her. But then they be like fully white. But honey, y'all see that right there? Let me go ahead and zoom in. Y'all see that right there? Like, he's another darn gone fine piece of darn gone vanilla spice, honey. But then again, he can turn around and do something like this, though. This is what I'm talking about, where you can still be on a runway and darn gone still exude sex appeal. Where you can still be in a full suit, but then turn around and do a pic like this. This is what I'm talking about, where you're able to have the versatility to do both. Versus when you overexpress yourself, Jeramie Hollins, you get typecast into people just want to see you for the dick as opposed to the overall aesthetic. You're not going to be taken serious to get booked at New York Fashion Week if people are just eyeing you for the dick as opposed to the overall sex appeal. So me personally, I feel that it has to be a balance of both if you're trying to be seen as more so a model as opposed to like a porn model. because you can't really straddle the fence with porn too tough. Because if you're going to show full erect pics, then people are going to want you to fully be in there, not just halfway straddling the fence. So, because even people get tired with Flash Man waiting. It's like, honey, you keep jiggling the cakes and stuff. It's like we need to see some face in the place with somebody darn on tapping it, honey. So it's like, once again, that's the downside when you darn gonna do those softcore OnlyFans posts. Is like at some point in time, people are gonna get bored with it and they want you to go ahead and go fully in it. Versus with Marvin Cortez, when you keep it tasteful and cute, people will always want to come back for more because you're still leaving something to the imagination. Even when you're fully nude, you're doing it in such a way where it's editorial and it's not porn. It's not porn at all, if that makes sense. But once again, that is it. Those are my thoughts on that. That's my thoughts on porn models versus editorial models, porn etiquette versus model etiquette. I'd love to know y'all thoughts on this. Leave y'all tips, comments, suggestions below. Like this video if it was helpful to you. Share it to the appropriate places. Make sure, disclaimer, if you're going to share, make sure you don't have no children and stuff, because like I said, they go to the links. Y'all ain't going to blame me that your darn on 16 or 16-year-old daughter or son done looked at some darn on eye candy. So I'm warning y'all in advance. The links below are X-rated. And they don't leave, like I said, you won't be disappointed, honey. You won't be disappointed, baby. Like I said, hot damn. Like I said, honey, I ain't darn mad, Jeramie. You was the most impressive out of everybody. If I had to rate them, I would say, Jeramie Hollins, you come in at the biggest tool out of everybody that I mentioned. I'll rate you number 1. What was that? Did y'all just hear a ding? But anyways, Chris Brown, honey, you come in at number 2. Marvin Cortez, number 3. Flashman Wade, number 4. And then rounding out the top 5, I would say, wait a minute, Jeramie number 1, Chris Brown number 2, Marvin Cortez 3, Flashman Wade 4, and darn Milan Christopher 5, honey. And everybody else is honorary mentions. But y'all leave y'all thoughts down below. Y'all feel free to tell me which one of these guys that I mentioned y'all find the most sexiest. What are y'all thoughts on the overall conversation? And I'll see y'all soon with more videos. Mwah.